let me know your feedback when you can.
So we are currently target +3. Target +3.
Coming through the pit lane. No burnouts, no starts. Steady on the way through. Try to pick up some rubber.
There's one more lap, one more lap.
Can I go mode 7 on start finish, please? Mode 7.
Brake warming, please, brake warming, and mode K2+.
And think about your brake balance offset. Think about your brake balance offset.
And we need to manage front tires at turns 9 and 14.
Okay, so we'll cool the car, go to the grid. You can test your drink. Static pipe point learn when you arrive on the grid. Turn 7, that left toggle was too much.
Mode charge, mode charge. DRS is enabled. DRS enabled.
DRS is enabled. DRS enabled.
Safety car, slow down.
Safety car, slow down. Safety car, slow down. Hello. We just changed the wall behind me to say Japanese Grand Prix. And then we'll be good to go. Because today, it will be a shock to you to know we're doing the Japanese Grand Prix. Japanese Grand Prix. We'll do white, red, white for the colouring. Obviously, Japanese flag is just a white flag with a red circle in the middle, isn't it?
Your gap ahead is 13 to Russell.
Just a couple of celebrations. Actually, no, they're heroes. We've already finished all the celebrations. Just a couple of heroes, Jamie. Just a couple of heroes. Not a whole fucking box like you, mate. All right. You big fussy bum bum. What do we get? Oh my goodness. Hopefully, if we do the kind of Jordan F1 return to F1 for my team on 25, we are able to kind of artificially manufacture some sort of look-alike livery. Obviously, when the game first comes out, we're not going to be able to use any mods because no one will have made any yet. Thank you to Spenner for the follow overnight. Just the one today. Appreciate it. Get fully dry weekend other than a little bit of drizzle in practice 1, which is good for me. Now, must remember, absolutely must remember, to take downforce out of the setup. Because not fast enough in a straight line. Absolutely not fast enough in a straight line. We've got the old bits in. Yeah. Now, supposedly we've fallen behind a little bit here. So we reached Japan, which is not ideal. Turns out RB might not have been that bad a car to be in. Red Bull are... Jesus, Red Bull are 8th. Oh, dear. That's not great, is it? Right, let's start recording, shall we? Yeah, everyone's back at school now, aren't they, on the Monday? Which is a shame, because it means viewer numbers will be in the mud, but it is what it is. Welcome to the Japanese Grand Prix weekend. We love a little bit of Suzuka, and thankfully the sun is shining on us this time around, so we'll be able to, hopefully, put in a decent performance. We know from past experience what mistakes we've made with setup here. We're hoping to rectify that today. Fingers crossed. Our quali pace is normally alright, but race pace is slow because we've been slow in a straight line because we're running too much downforce for Sector 1. I'm going to try and tweak that, see what we can do to make ourselves more competitive here in Japan, because we have not ever, in 2 seasons at Ferrari and a season in a, well, actually at the time, pretty rubbish house, had a decent finish. Our start to the season here at Mercedes, however, has been pretty good. A P3 in Bahrain. The DNF in Saudi Arabia is null and void because of the BS tyre bug thing. And the P6 in Australia should have been a P4 if I hadn't run out of fuel 300 metres before the line. Spoilers for the last episode. So do go and check the last episode. It had actually both Saudi and Australia in it. Double episode or double race special. Special, because there wasn't actually 2 full races in it. But today, just the one Grand Prix, Japan. But it's a track we love to drive, even if we're not that quick here. And I tell you who shouldn't be quick here. Red Bull. 8th fastest team now. They've really fallen off. Look at that. Down there with Alpine and Williams, significantly behind Sauber and Haas, and even further behind RB, ourselves, McLaren, Aston Martin, and then Ferrari, who are still levelled off. That V car, supposedly, might not have been a bad car to be in, actually. It was a genuine option, because right now they're not far behind us at all in the R&D. We've fallen a little bit behind McLaren and Aston Martin, but we do still have plenty of upgrades on the way, in the works. The drag reduction is going to be improved for the next Grand Prix in China, which would be great for that really long straight. And we've got 3 items in the works for the chassis, which will then max out our chassis. So our chassis will be as upgraded as we possibly can get it without having 60% recognition. And then the aero isn't far away at all from being maxed out either. Just the rear downforce, a couple of unknowns here. That one we might well be able to get with a 50% recognition upgrade. And then obviously the 60% would be needed for anything else. But George can upgrade anything he likes whenever he's got the resource points. We'll try and earn as many as we can in Japan, and we might well be able to upgrade something between the 2 of us, in addition to what's already being worked on. Do make sure you drop the video a like to ensure I know that you guys are still enjoying this 4th season of the career mode. We are genuinely so far in the hunt for a world championship, whether that be constructors or drivers. Obviously Ferrari are the team to catch, and the Ferrari drivers are the 2 to catch. But because they're both as fast as each other in the Ferrari, means they're taking points off each other. Whereas when I was in the Ferrari, Charles just battered me every week, and he won every Grand Prix. That is not the case so far. Although he did DNF the first, and then won the next 2 with the fastest lap. So we'll wait and see. But Lewis should certainly be challenging Charles Leclerc with 2 podiums and a P4. Last time out should have been a P5. I should have been P4, but it is what it is. Right, Japan. We love Suzuka. Everybody loves Suzuka. It's a proper old school, top quality racing circuit. So let's go do some racing.
Konnichiwa and welcome
Konnichiwa.
to a track loved by the drivers and fans.
When does it stop raining? That's what we need to know first. Weather.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this
10 minutes in.
Nothing
Good.
you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts on the car, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
So previously I've been running 44-37 wings here, which is very high. So I'm gonna lower those. The car will be nowhere near as good through Sector 1, but as long as it's balanced, then that's fine. And then we should hopefully just be quicker in a straight line. There's a 7-tick difference between the two wing sets here. We've gone for the harder tyre compound set here at Suzuka as well because of the nature of the circuit. So fingers are crossed we can do what we need to. Just need the rain to piss off to start off with at the moment. As soon as we see people out on track on dry tyres, which they now are, then I will do the same. Do time management on... We've got 2 sets of mediums actually, don't we? So that's fine. Oh, okay. Well, they were out on the mediums, but apparently it's still wet.
We need to be sure we can manage the tyres through a lap, so try to keep the wear down through each corner. Be especially careful accelerating on corner exit.
It's still wet. You were naughty, sped in the pit lane. They were out on mediums, but that is not a remotely dry track. They are doing laps on a medium, but it's raining. Is it because you're the region's best customer, Jamie? I did a banter. It's still raining. I'm sure it's still raining. Fuck it. Let's go out anyway. Hey, it's Dwight. Oh, too deep. It's fine, tyres alright. Oh, hang on. Sector 1 at Suzuka. Can't concentrate. Knees, thank you for the 11th month in a row, my dude. All's well, thank you, mate. I hope you are as well. Hope you had a good Christmas and New Year, dude. Well, that felt like it went random up 4 different stages.
Okay.
Double yay!
Test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Thanks, Mark. Let's go and do the waste strategy, shall we?
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
I think about it as a waste strategy, Mark. Actually. Olé! That was a horrible first sector. Yeah. Is that in your RTG, is it? 8 draws in a row. Okay, note so if you do actually need to break that. I wonder if I can get away with a lift and a downshift. No. A red card and 2 scraps? Yeah, that doesn't sound very friendly, does it, Tux? '18th in a straight line. Wow. And that's why we need to tweak the setup. You probably could, Tom, but your rear tyres might be close to exploding. Baku's really, really, really painful on the rear tyres. Obviously paying attention to the time delta then. And just been able to get the green on that one. Okay, that's not the one. Corey Evans has left Bradford, has he? Well, we are looking to replace him in our squad, actually, aren't we? So it turns out we're being super realistic with what we've done then in our January transfer window. Was his contract only until January? Or was it a one-year deal that expired in the summer but he's just left early? Because in-game he's on a full one-year deal, but... Busy reading chat. Was on a short term until January. I could maybe have let him go in the save then in January if I'd have known that. It's the first I've heard anyone mention it.
Program complete.
Program complete.
Job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Tyro's alright though, which is good. And I've got lots of soft sets here to do lots of practicing with the setup. So the hards are a lot slower. But they last longer. We could medium hard one stop maybe. It's probably a medium hard or a hard medium one stop. I've only got the one set of mediums, Daniel, because I did a harder tyre compound for here. Right, I'm going to go out on a soft set with this setup and see what it's like. We're still straight up last in the... Villa on -2 goal difference, really. Right, I kind of want to try this setup with just lower wings and see what it feels like. Let's try it. I think the best thing for United last night was the performance, not necessarily the result. Don't touch that curb, Ches. And I was technically slower, but I was faster on a straight. We were 9th fastest rather than 20th there. Says to me that that is racier and more competitive longer term. We just tweak the setup a little bit more as per some of these. Alright. Let's go again. We've not been racing in Creator Series for a few weeks now, Hurley. It was oh, F1. In general, not bad. Enjoying the Mercedes after the team switch. Feels like a decent car.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Don't touch the fucking curb, you moron. What'd you go for, Jack? Chicken nuggets and chips. Oh, body. Right, I think that's as fast as I'm going to get. Mercedes, I'm good. Let's do the quali pace one. Ready, Teddy, go. I'm not going to change my helmet to match the car. I didn't change my helmet to match the car at Haas or Ferrari, so I'm not going to do it here at Mercedes. Judging, looking from the top down here, from this view, it looks no different. Well, looks similar to some of Hamilton's old helmets, so I think it fits the car anyway. That's a terrible way to start the lap. I did, boss. And Hamilton went the other way. Lewis left Mercedes to go to Ferrari in this save. Still wasn't a great way to start the lap whatsoever. Hey look, I'm still slow in a straight line. I should have been using my battery, that's why I'm slow. Ah, no, restart battery program.
Okay, don't worry about tyres, just give it everything. In this test, we just want to make sure we can lap close to our rival's pace.
So used to not using the battery in practice. Doesn't appear to have made any difference.
Well, program over, but that
Unsurprisingly, he reckons I'm going to be fucking
wasn't much
nice.
help to us, I'm afraid. We need to run it again.
Yeah, apparently, yes. I really don't. Nice that the wear's consistent. 3 milliseconds, 4 milliseconds, 1 millisecond. We should be more competitive than previous years, but
session that was.
not by much, it seems. Lap times aren't really that different, but if I can stay with people in the DRS zone because I'm faster in a straight, then that's the most important thing, right? Right. No, twats. I'd be tempted to take a teeny bit more wing out, actually, in quali. It's a risk, but why not? Practice done and dusted, resource points acquired. We are faster in a straight line with a tweaked setup. but not necessarily any faster through a lap, which might be slightly deceiving. We might be exactly the same around a lap, but in race conditions, we might well be faster in the more important bits and slower in the less important bits on the way around that lap. So I'm hoping that with the setup we've tweaked, it will be actually still a pretty competitive setup for us. Time will tell, and we'll probably finish the Grand Prix weekend in like 13th, and I'll go, it was the wrong setup, or I needed to take more wing out, or I'm just not very fucking good at Japan. So one of the above is about to happen. Ready? Qualifying.
A warm welcome, everybody, from a venue that has seen plenty of sensational laps over the years. Remember, Verstappen in 23, Vettel in 2019. Some phenomenal pole laps. But whose will it be today?
Think of the follow volume, is he? Okay, Skybox is gone. Skybox is back. Just a little. Just a teeny tweak. Okay, I'm going to need to be in the mid-26s here. Charles and Lewis, obviously a cut above. Yeah. Absolutely have to be in the mid-26s.
Okay, when you're ready, let's go.
Apologies if I that I absolutely certainly mispronounced your username, Volomitsi.
Okay, there's 2 minutes left in this session and we're in the drop zone. We need a quick lap or that's qualifying over for us. We've dropped to P20.
Telling you that one stops fastest, is it, Daniel? Tom's arrived and gifted a sub right off the bat as he has tended to do at the beginning of the year. Thank you, Tomo. Appreciate it, pal. Subomi, welcome to the game, my friend. Oh, 26.7. It's probably in the teens. Wow! We're through, but skin of your teeth stuff. Brrr, Jesus. By 29 milliseconds, we pip Sergio Perez. Ollie Behrman, dead last in his Red Bull. Both Williams out, one of the Alpines, one of the Haas. Max Verstappen, 14th only. That Red Bull really is a dog of a car now. I'm about half a second behind my teammate. Let's have a look at the racer, actually. See where I am with sector times comparatively. 31.3, 38.6, 16.3. 31.3, 31.4, 38.6, 38.9, 16.3. So it's in the middle sector where I'm losing most of my time. Middle sector. Okay. Good knowledge to have. But how to actually find that time in the middle sector, I'm not sure. Do a bank lap. I don't know whether I need to be using more battery or using my battery in different places. I was definitely wide around spoon 2, which would have been worth about a 10th, but... This felt like a more put together lap, to be honest. Only 3/10 slower on a significantly worn set. I don't think I make it to Q3, but I don't think we're 15th again. Or I hope we're not fucking 15th again anyway. I need to be low 26s to get through here. Good luck, Chez. You're gonna need it.
Check's complete. Everyone be aware, we've got a car leaving the garage.
Alright, car leaving the garage. Car leaving the garage. Lots of people staying in the garage, which is intriguing. Thankfully, my teammate is not.
Okay, we've been pushed down to P13.
microphone went off. George with a 25.8. That's so fast. I'm going to do like a low 26, sorry, a 26.3. Fifth! Ooh. I'm still half a second off George, but I've made it to Q3 and I didn't anticipate being able to do that. Max Verstappen is out in his Red Bull. Both Saubers are out, the other Alpine and the other Haas, but we are through, and through with nearly 4 tenths in the pocket as well. 5 tenths off George, and to be fair, a number of drivers didn't go out for a second run. So that's evidently why I'm as high as I am. Anticipating 9th or 10th then in Q3, probably ahead of one or both of the V-carbs. We shall wait and see. Fourth on the performance chart. Slightly behind Aston Martin and McLaren, and obviously further behind Ferrari. So 7th and 8th is supposedly on paper where the car should be. 4th row. Yuki with a 26 flat. Christ, that is fast. Wait for the Ferraris to be close to the 24s. 25-1. There you go. Called it. Fresh set, please. Jeez. We're so quick. Holy Holy moly! We will have a set of softs available for the race, but I'll be surprised if we use them. Well, my 26.3 would currently put me 9th. Because Lando's going to go faster. Yuki with a 26 flat is monstrous.
Standing by.
That's very quick. Who's staying in the garage? Piastri staying in the garage. So, provided I can get faster than 26.4, we won't be 10th. Going to tiptoe around this lap. Okay, that felt decent. That is not. Fuck. Completely lost it out of the fucking chicane. Yes, battery is on hot lap. (26.2). 9th then, I think. It's my fastest lap of the weekend. 26.2 is not terrible.
Well,
but
that wraps up qualifying,
not great.
but
Oh,
don't
wow, they
worry,
did get into
we'll
the
be back tomorrow
24s.
as we head into the Grand Prix.
Oh, wow. Well, George was only a 25.8. So I was only 4/10 off my teammate. Yuki did a 25.8. Wow. Oscar didn't go again, so that's the only reason we're not 10th. I mean, that's still probably, almost certainly, significantly more competitive than we've previously been at Japan. We'll see what we can do with race strategy and race pace now that we know we're faster in a straight line. I'm anticipating challenging for some points rather than challenging to not be in the bottom 5. Which is progress in Japan. What did we do in Japan? Let me have a look. What did we do in Japan last year? Fucking hell. Just fucking controllers and wires everywhere in this fucking office. Sweet Lord Jesus! Let's have a look. Chestnut plays Japan. Japan last year. This one. Welcome to the Japanese Grand needed to get through. A 27 flat would have been enough. We know we had a 26, 7 or 8 in the locker. But I think indeed we did. P12. Need a good exit out of the chicane here. Qualified 12th last year. On okay exit. Use the battery. With a 27.1. So I'm 9/10 faster than I was last season. And 3 positions. Holy moly.
The beloved Suzuka had a couple of unplanned years away from the calendar, but it's now back where it belongs, at the heart of the Formula One season. Welcome along.
No, I'm not
to
touching the
Japanese
softs, Ronald.
Grand Prix. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our
I don't
starting
anticipate
grid looks
any
like for
penalties,
today's race.
although we didn't
Charles
anticipate any
Leclerc
penalties
lines up
previously,
on
didn't
pole
we?
position.
In the
And
last
it's
episode,
Lewis
there were a
Hamilton
couple.
alongside.
Charles
Moving on to the rest
4.5
of the grid,
tenths
we have
faster than even his
Fernando
teammate
Alonso,
in the same
Norris,
car. Charles Leclerc is just a
Stroll,
step above in this save, isn't he,
Tsunoda,
at the minute? Absolutely ridiculous.
Russell,
And
Gasly,
Gasly, me ninth,
Good,
starting right behind my teammate,
Verstappen,
Max Verstappen, alongside me.
Sainz, Ocon,
Piastri has taken a penalty,
Zhou,
which is obviously why he saved a set of softs
Oscar Piastri,
and didn't go again
Perez,
in Q3. He starts
Hülkenberg,
15th.
and alongside me today.
We are slightly ahead of both McLarens
After
in the
points
drivers'
finished
standings.
last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
Okay. Tyre wear is decent for me. One stop is obviously the favourable. Do I start soft? Sorry, do I start mediums or do I start hards? Well, judging by the fact that absolutely everybody else is on a medium, well, that says to me, start on medium tyre, Ches, and maybe undercut 1 lap early. My tyre wear is projected to be slightly better, so I can maybe go and pit lap 23 or 24. But everyone will be everyone else will be pitting 24, 25, 26. That's pretty straightforward. It is a bit of a drinker in Japan, so I will put 95.5 kilos of fuel in, which is 6.7 laps worth of extra fuel, and hope that it's enough and we don't suffer like we did in Australia. But I'll be more aware of it here than I was in Australia. In Oz, I was so laser focused on catching Lewis, completely forgot to check my fuel. So we'll pay attention to that a little bit more so than we did last time in this one, and hopefully move forward. Don't know. We'll find out. What? I don't know why I make stupid noises like that. I'm such an idiot. Vroom, boom, 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 boom. Let me just give you some elevator music whilst I go for a toilet break. BRB. We'll be on FC25 a little bit later on, Flixie, but if you're just going to tell me to play a different game, then obviously I'm not going to respond well to that, am I? BRB. Okay, enjoy your band, mate. Bye. Sorry, I forgot to do a prediction. I was distracted by the fact that I really was desperate for a piss. Oh, I tell you what. I won't actually do P8 or higher. Let's push the boat out. Let's test the waters. Can we make it P6 or higher? You're gonna have 2 minutes. Considering it was 96 to 4 in terms of percentages. Sorry, that's. Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely going to probably struggle. If it hadn't been quite so one-sided, then I probably would have left it. Now's when it's still one-sided. No, it's like 70-30 at the minute. Hey Jacob, how are you, mate? Just enjoy it and have fun, Jacob, and don't put any emphasis on numbers whatsoever. Just enjoy streaming for the sake of streaming. Don't put any emphasis on any sort of numbers, and you'll enjoy it a lot more. I literally just bought a new dartboard. Or just bought my first dartboard, Randy. I'll tell you what I bought. I bought a Windmill Blade 6 professional dartboard surround and dart set. Although I'm not going to use those darts, they're all different darts. But it's a Windmill Blade 6 dartboard. And I bought some Red Dragon. They razors, Red Dragon Razor Blacks, I think. Oh, Razor Edge. Red Dragon Razor Edge Blacks. And then the Windmill, like, 4-pronged stand. About 230 quid all in, I think. Or 200 quid all in. But we should get a fair bit of decent use out of it. There's not enough room in the office for a dartboard, Jamie. I've literally not got enough room for the hockey distance. I mean, if I moved, again, it's camera angles as well. And yeah, it's just, it wouldn't work in here without a complete office rejig. Yeah, and I've got the rig behind me as well, which I need to sell and replace with a different one actually.
Okay, how was that pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
So I need to try the current rig with the new wheel, because the new wheel hasn't. It's either, I think it's the pedals. The pedals haven't quite attached to the frame as well, and also don't know how that that frame will deal with a direct drive wheel as opposed to a belt-driven wheel. I don't know whether it would have too much torque or be too heavy. I don't know. Because I'm a trustworthy guy, Jamie. I have some level of integrity. Almost certainly, Daniel.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
Yeah, darts games are like things like darts games and snooker games. Well, snooker less so, I guess, because you have to then like put the right spin on the whiteboard to position it properly for the next shot. But darts games always seemed like a bit like it's just as long as your timing's right, you just get 180 every time. Right? You also throw a 180, but with like 25 darts, yeah. I'm looking forward to playing some darts. I used to love playing darts at the pub. Played loads of it growing up. Starting on the racing line then for the Japanese Grand Prix, which should be favourable for us.
Superb parking.
Really good parking
Let's
too.
make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers.
I'll try. We're all on medium tyres, we know that much, so it's just who gets the better traction. Oh, it's a long hold. Who gets the better traction off the line? And the answer is Max Verstappen, evidently. I had a little hiccup with gearing there. Max is going to sweep through. He and Gasly are very much ramming into each other. Ocon snuck up the inside. They're still fighting with one another there, Verstappen and Gasly. I don't know whether there's any damage to either car. Max might well have lost some front wing after the contact. That was very aggressive from Pierre Gasly, trying to hold it up the inside of the McLaren, of the Red Bull. My mirrors are full of McLaren. It's Oscar Piastri right behind me. I think actually, judging by the fact that Verstappen has caught up with that group in front and Gasly's fallen off a little bit, it might be Pierre Gasly that's taken some damage there. Let's have a look at the front wing of each of those cars. Gasly has definitely got some front wing damage. There is no left end plate on his car. Max Verstappen does not have any damage. No visible damage anyway. He might have a little bit of side pod considering the speed at which Gasly went into him, but Pierre Gasly is going to struggle. So we need to get past him really, really quickly. Otherwise that front group are just going to get far, far, far too far away. Aha! Feel free to cut at some point in there, Chris, before I came back to the track. Tar. So we're going to need to get past Gasly now quite quickly, because that wing damage is going to make him so slow in the first sector that front group of 8 are just going to disappear. Look how slow he is around Spoon 2. This is where hopefully the change we made to set up with wings gives us a little bit more of an advantage. Ocon, well, see, made me go a little bit awkward there. Hi Esteban, I need to get past you and Gasly, please, mate. Battery. Oh, Esteban. All right, sweet, that went well.
Right. Engine off, engine off.
This is going well, isn't it? Oh, Christ. Yeah, you're right, Ads. Right, hopefully Esteban has a go at Gasly into turn 1. Or through turn 1 and 2. Because already there's a gap opening up, and that gap is going to get so much bigger. Through this first sector, Ocon needs to be aggressive, and I'm not sure I trust him to do that. Our chances of a top 8 finish are disappearing by the second here, literally. Gasly had a terrible start off the line, tried to make up for it, and just completely got it wrong.
Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push.
If it was just Gasly in front of me, I'd be confident of being able to get through, but it's not. Jacob, don't be a dick with alerts, mate. Come on now. Try to make decent content here. I know I'm like flashbacking and stuff, but don't just do random alerts for the sake of doing random alerts and raiding with yourself. Right, Esteban, either you get past him now, or I try and take you and then I get him. I'm not waiting. Get past him. Come on, use your DRS and get past him. This is race critical, Esteban. It's not going to do it. Man, this is so frustrating. I don't have the confidence in my car to make a move. This is ruining everybody behind Pierre Gasly's race. And Pierre is having a wonderful time. Piastri's got an issue behind us. Wow. So Piastri had a mechanical problem in the last Grand Prix. Took a penalty at the beginning of this Grand Prix to try and accommodate for that mechanical fault. And has then gotten either the same mechanical fault or a new mechanical fault in the very next Grand Prix. Sucks to be you right now, Oscar. Sorry, pal. Sucks to be everybody behind Pierre Gasly right now, actually, to be fair. Look at the distance between us and that front train now. Even though we are more competitive and much racier in Japan than we previously have been, our potential top finish is still being ruined by someone else this time rather than me. This one's going to back off a little bit here, I think, through 130R. Is he going to go defensive? No, it's not going too aggressive either. Oh, God damn it. I'm so desperate to get past, I'm just making silly mistakes. Just overtake him, Esteban. Oh, please, please, please. Thank you, Esteban. Now get ahead, stay ahead so I can follow you. It's not going to take me 4 laps to get past, or 3 laps to get past him, I'll tell you that much. I can't imagine the gap to Verstappen and Co now. Nearly double digits, I'd imagine. Good exit here, and I'll try and get Gasly into the hairpin. I've not had a good exit, so I'm not going to try and get Gasly into the hairpin. I want to try and stay with Ocon, but he's disappearing down the road as well. Just shows you how much time we're losing stuck behind Gasly. The fact that Ocon in that Sauber has just disappeared. I'll actually try and tactically stay behind Pierre here to get DRS down the main straight. And then take him. Or maybe. Up the inside into the chicane. That is a lunge, but it's a fair one. It's a legal one. And I've got the DRS. 7 seconds to Max and Co. It's crazy. 2 seconds to Esteban. I need to close that gap. Now we find out how fast this car is and or isn't in race trim.
Okay, this is good. You're catching the car ahead. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us. 8.5 seconds.
Why? Fuck's sake. Fuck that. Feder, thank you for the follow, mate. Horrible place to fucking...
Gap to the car in front, 1.6 seconds.
Come on, Jez, fucking fix up, you twat. Exclamation mark Discord, Ollie. Ocon's quicker than me. Trying to build my battery back up as well at the same time.
Gap ahead, 1.8 seconds.
We're at least maintaining the gaps. They're not pulling further away from us. Max and Esteban are about the same. The front three are gone. Two Ferrari squabbling with one another. And presumably Fernando Alonso in third, and then Lance Stroll holding up everyone else behind him. Yuki's up in fifth. Yuki Tsunoda in his home Grand Prix in that RB is putting in a hell of a performance right now.
Okay, mate, Ocon is ahead of you.
I know, Ocon's ahead. Stop talking to me in the middle of the first fucking sector, you stupid cunt. Fucking hell.
Okay, mate, Ocon ahead. We can't let them hold us up for too long.
He's not holding me up. Set your
As soon as
face.
possible and crack on
Trying to
quickly.
concentrate. Fuck off, Mark.
Okay, gap to the car in front, 1.8 seconds.
I know they got to the car in front. Fuck off, shut up. Yeah, I'm probably... I never really do the tell Mark to shut up thing, because if there are things that happen to other drivers, then I want to know about it for the content. It does mean that occasionally he's a fucking penis.
Gap to your teammate ahead, 9.8 seconds.
driving so hard to try and catch Ocon, and we're going at like half a tenth a lap.
Okay, gap to the
I'm
car
really
ahead,
having to push.
1.5 seconds.
Gap to Max is doing about the same as it is to Ocon by about half a tenth a lap. The undercut will obviously get us past Ocon. We'll come out last when we box. Everyone's just stuck behind Gasly at the minute. If I can come out in free air with an undercut, I'll try and close the gap to Max and Co. But it is going to be tough. Fuck it. This is like the most realistic part of racing, like that can replicate what happens IRL in F1 that we've seen for a while. You think when drivers in, hang on, concentrate through sector 1, Chess. In real life, when you see the gaps between drivers just stay basically the same for lap upon lap upon lap, you think, how on earth does that happen? Like, surely you can find a little bit here, a little bit there. I've been between 1.2 and 1.7 seconds behind Esteban Ocon for about 7 or 8 laps. We're both pushing absolutely flat out. The gap to Max has been between 7 and 7.5 for that entire stint as well. We're just so evenly matched that nobody can really make any time on the other. It's crazy how tight the field is at the minute in terms of competitiveness, which again is kind of realistic, really. Because so many teams in real life are within a couple of tenths of each other in outright pace. Little bit of wheel spin on the way out of the final turn. Cost me 2 tenths there. As Saul says in chat, if I do use a power up, just leave some banana skins on track for him next lap, then maybe we might be able to reel him in. Or a red shell, perhaps. Or what I do for a red shell right now. Or a blue shell to take out one of the Ferrari to cause a safety car. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Bring on Create a Series Mario Kart. Okay. I just can't catch the cunt. Jesus Christ. Fucking Nora. Ugh. God, this is so difficult. I'm just gonna fucking Logan Sargent in now, aren't I? Good. Might have DRS. I think we just got DRS on Esteban. Oh, jeez Louise, that was a 10-lap grind to earn a second's worth of race time. It's crazy. I'll probably drop out of DRS now as well. You know damn well that if I get past Esteban, I won't be able to stay ahead of him. He'll just overtake me again. And we'll end up, between us, losing time on Max Verstappen and those in front. Come on. Max is in no man's land at the minute on his own, which is normally where I am. To be fair, it's where Esteban and ourselves are. Still, only Sainz has been able to get past Pierre Gasly to this point. That's just an F1 24 AI not being aggressive enough to actually make an overtake thing. Which is frustrating, but what can you do?
Okay, well, it wasn't to be this time, but not to worry. There's a long way to go in this race, so let's focus.
There is. There is.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
This is where the dirty air will really kick in now, especially in the first sector. I'll be careful not to just lose it with lack of downforce behind Esteban.
to your teammate ahead.
13 seconds. It's huge.
13.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're sitting in 7th. And the time last lap, 1 minute 30.7.
Just, they're lapping too quick for me. I can't cope with them. Sainz is boxed behind on lap 17. So Carlos Sainz is switching to a two-stopper. Either that or he's doing a hell of an undercut. More than likely a two-stopper for Carlos Sainz. I think he's the only one to do so as well. Will be one stopping unless there's some sort of safety car. We have 2 sets of hards we can use, as well as a set of softs that we've saved from qualifying that aren't really going to be worth much unless it's a really late dash under a safety car, or after a safety car, should I say. Almost got a free stop behind though. Ricardo is now past Gasly as well. Will come out 19th. So between that train and Carlos Sainz, if we were to box now, safe to presume Sainz has gone medium. He has indeed, so he's definitely two-stopping. We were going to one-stop on about lap 24 or 5. I might try and dip 22 or 3 and hope that the tyres last. I think that's the only chance we have of maybe catching Max, let alone anybody from Lance Stroll in that train. Oh, dearie me. This is like the grindiest Grand Prix I've had in forever. Whiskey, whiskey. Cool. So I had a delivery coming today that I left as leave it on the front doorstep. Don't knock. And you can't fail to leave something on a doorstep. But apparently a delivery attempt was failed. Cool story, bro. I'm going to go for a quick toilet break. See if there is anything on the doorstep. And then we will come back and get ourselves to that pit stop as quickly as possible. BRB. Nope, nothing there. Of course there's nothing fucking there. I got an email at 1:47 saying your shipment is arriving soon, and then I click on the follow my parcel thing, and it says delivery attempt could not be completed at 1:29. How can it be arriving soon if he's already supposedly failed to deliver the package? That's bullshit. Just fucking pocket the package. Or can't be asked to deliver it. Sick. Thanks, mate. Not like what was arriving cost 50 quid or anything. It's not like it's fucking Every or anything, or Yodel either. It's DHL. Like, come on. It's supposed to be a reputable company. It was supposed to be here between 9:30 and 11:30. So he's late anyway. Fucking joke. I need that melatonin to go to fucking sleep. Cheers, boss. I cannot get the drive out of the chicane to get close enough to Esteban to have a go at him into turn 1. Now the front door is hidden from the road and sheltered from the weather, Jamie. There's literally no possible way he could have failed to deliver. Need to take even more downforce out of this setup, which is ridiculous, really. The AI are so strong in a straight line. In theory, what is quite a high downforce circuit, I'm having to use like near enough half downforce settings. Well, low. Concentrate, just having to use like near half downforce settings just to be competitive in a straight line, and even then, they're still faster than me in a straight line. It's crazy how stupid strong the AI get with just their straight line speed in career mode after a couple of seasons. It's unreal. In season 4, it's just nuts. Still got that free stop behind. 14th now it says I've come out. So when we box, we will have free air to just pump lap times in, hopefully. I'm going to box 22, I think. And just hope that the hard tyres last. And if I have a free stop at any other point towards the end of the race and we're definitely not going to gain another position, then I'll just take it, whack the softs on and try and get the fastest lap point. Can't get the power down out this chicane the same way they can. God, it's infuriating. Think of the Follow the Truth experience.
Okay, mate, picking your moments to use ERS is important, so let's try and be as consistent as possible with it, please.
I'm going to box this lap, I think. Shogun Yu's now past Gasly as well. It says I'll come out 11th behind Ricciardo and in front of the other sail, but I'm going to box this lap and try and make the most of as much of an undercut as I possibly can.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
Here's where the pit crew absolutely mess up and it ruins my undercut and makes me even sadder than I already am. Please do not channel your inner Ferrari and ruin this pit stop. I desperately need it for any chance of decent points. Please, please, please. Thank
Okay,
you.
let's go now. Come on.
Come on,
That was a
vamos.
fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting.
Oh, another email. What's the betting it's from DHL? Pardon me. It's not from UPS. Wood and a Merc. Didn't expect that. How are we, Jahid? Good to see you, mate. Come on.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty.
Oh,
for
please
dangerous
get me out
driving
ahead of
when you cross
Ricciardo.
onto the track.
Just. Oh, that was race critical. Talk about timing your pit stop to perfection. that is exactly why you need a pit crew to be on it. Because if they mess up there, make any sort of mistake, we drastically fall behind Daniel Ricciardo and then struggle to get past. Now watch the gap over Daniel increase as these fresh hard tyres show us exactly what they've got. 28.7 seconds to Max Verstappen. That's the gap we have to close. But as much as physically possible before they box on lap 24, 5 or 6. Already 1.3 seconds clear of Daniel. He was right behind me at the beginning of this lap as we came out of the pits. Just shows you how much time we would have lost if we'd have come out behind him and not been able to get past. And what an undercut could be worth. 28.1 to Max. Yeah, oh, how Kane was doing, done that, not very good at all. We're going to get relegated. Pretty much nailed on even at this stage of the season, I think. No sign of hope. Even a managerial change wouldn't do anything at the minute, I don't think. Not that we can afford to sack Gary Monk anyway, I probably don't suppose. Lost again at the weekend. Now 7 points from safety, in second bottom in League One. We are going to League Two. Just as we are going to tomorrow, we are going to League Two. One of the Ferrari is in.
So, all of our tyre pressure data is currently reading
One of the
0.
Aston Martins. Fernando Alonso, I think.
We're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry
Max
about.
is still out for now, but he might box here. And he is. Verstappen's in. Undercut's not going to have gotten us much on Max, I don't think. We will overtake Esteban Ocon, I'm pretty sure. But we won't have closed enough on Max.
Ocon stopping now.
That's Max there. Ocon's been dealt with. Fuck my life. That's Max down the road there. Esteban Ocon coming out the pits behind us.
ERS is low. Consider changing mode on your MFD or lift a little with gentle braking into corners to recharge it.
We've effectively halved the gap to Max. With that undercut. And opened up 5 second gap on Esteban Ocon. So it was worth undercutting at this stage. Just remains to be seen as to whether we have the pace to continually close that gap on Max, or whether the tyres last long enough at the end of the race to keep us still competitive. George is in the box now.
He's in the pits now.
We're probably going to have to grind as hard as we possibly can to stand any chance of catching Max here. George went a lap longer and has come out beyond the back of that train now, which is not great for him. My personal fastest lap of the race, but I think again we're just going to be grinding to finish where we are, or maybe one place higher, unless there's a safety car. There is a safety car. I have another set of fresh hards I can go to, which would give me a bit of a tyre advantage at whatever point that safety car comes out. Or if it's really late, we could put a set of softs on, but only if we weren't going to lose too many positions, because the softs wouldn't last long enough to battle past more than a couple of people. Sainz, we know, in P11 right now still has another stop to make. And by going deep at the hairpin, I've just cost myself half a second to Max. So I want to slip my wrists. That's good, isn't it?
Hamilton has just put in the fastest lap of the race so far.
Still got loads of fuel left. Yeah, I'm alright, thank you, Jeff. How are you, mate?
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by.
I know.
4.2 seconds. You've lost some time to the car behind.
No, I prefer wheel formula. I just can't use it because of the health condition. I much prefer driving on a wheel. So much more fun. It's not fun on controller. It's so much more fun. on a wheel. That's not a problem. You don't need to apologise, mate. You asked the question, I gave an answer. It's simple as that.
Great stuff, mate. You hit the target well there. Nice one. It's a long way to go in this race, though, so keep your head down. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 4.2 seconds.
It was at the Monaco event,
Car
yeah.
behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
Which was a lot of fun. I can use the wheel for little events like that, but for 100% race distance career mode, oh, no. Not at the minute. $28.8. Jesus Christ, Charles. Might be with DRS, to be fair, behind Lewis. No, it's not. He's the leading Ferrari. Christ alive. They are so quick. Fucking bullshit.
Catching the car ahead, well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race.
Afternoon, Underpins. How are we, lad? Yeah, apparently so, ads. If it weren't for Pierre Gasly costing us DRS to the train, we might have been able to hang on. I'm not as fast as a Ferrari, or even close to it, but We're clearly within the realms of possibility of fast enough to hold on to the back of George Russell and Yuki Tsunoda, Lando Norris and Lance Stroll. The lap times aren't too dissimilar. But as soon as you lose that DRS around here, it makes such a difference, especially with the lack of straight line speed that we have at the minute. So my lap times recently have been late 29s, early 30s. 29.9, 30.1, 30.5, 30.1, 29.9, 30 flat, 30 flat. And George is mid 29s. So I could probably, with the use of ERS, have been able to hang on to that. And that's, to be fair, that's with DRS on the back of Yuki, who is also late 29s. Lance at the front of Lando is mid 29s. Like, I feel like we could have hung on to that train for the chance of a top 4 or 5, but Gasly going fucking kamikaze at turn 1 costs everybody behind him the entirety of the rest of their race, unfortunately. Nick, thank you for the 30-second month, mate. I appreciate it, dude.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 4.6 seconds.
A safety car would be massive. 21 laps to go, including the one we're on.
Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more.
Afternoon, Ryan. How are we, mate?
gap to the teammate ahead of us. 16.7 seconds.
Science is boxing again behind us in P11.
Okay, mate, we've got some
So
clear track in front of
we
us.
will
Let's
have
make the
a
best
free
of it.
stop
So please make this next one a
to
very
still come
fast
out
lap.
in the points.
And gap to the car in front.
So for a bit of fun at the end of the race, we're going to get 2 points for P9. I could box, go to P10, and then put a set of soft tyres on and try and get the fastest lap of the race to give myself 2 points again. The only risk is that I'm not actually fast enough to take the fastest lap, even with a set of softs on at the end of the race, which is definitely a possibility at the moment. Doing what I can to try and keep Max in touching distance, but we're 5.5 seconds behind and 5.5 seconds in front of the cars around us, so not much is changing right now. Made a couple of mistakes, which is why the gap to Max has grown, unfortunately. But the gap to Esteban is still very much the same. Yuki and Georgia just racing alongside one another, so are Lance and Lando.
Nicely for the rest of this race.
Good. Griff, hello mate. We said yesterday it's been a little while since we'd seen you. 2 full years, le bosh. Rest of your subs till the end of time are on you, Mr. Streamer. No worries, pal. Glad you joined the content, mate. Hope you had a good new year, dude.
Okay, you're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Let's keep pushing.
Oh nice, you fully moved in yesterday evening. Sweet. We got locked out. Well, that's gone well.
Okay, gap ahead. 6.6 seconds.
Are you just in, because you moved to Canada to continue to do your studies, right? So you just in like dormitories or? In like a shared accommodation house or something? Not sure how it works in Canada. I didn't watch the Christmas episode of Bullseye, no. I didn't know there was a Christmas episode of Bullseye, TBH. Oh, was the Terry one, was it? Nice. we're going to stay in the UK and I'll do the Japanese racing, fair enough. Oh my god, I'm driving like an absolute arsehole. What is going on? Third party shared accommodation for students, yeah, that's fair. Everything's pretty good, minus the bad door locks. Yeah, well done, Chester. It's not a great place to have flashbacks, is it, mate?
Okay, gap to the car in front, 7.2 seconds.
What is it that you're studying? I forget. My brain is telling me it's either something computer technology based or biomedicine, but you know what my memory's like. Computer tech, yeah, I thought so. AI and machine learning to be specific. Nice. Yeah, hopefully it will. Fucking Nora, what is going on? Yeah, I'm all over the place, aren't I, Jamie? To be fair, I'm like talking to chat at the same time. Not exactly giving it my all right now, am I? I've lost hope on anything higher than a P9, really. These hard tyres are going to be knackered at the end as well, by the way. 20% wear on the front right. Sorry, front left. After 17 laps. We still have 14 laps to go. I'll be tempted to box again, to be honest. I think I will just do the soft tyre at the end. We'll box on like lap 50 or something. We'll give ourselves a couple of laps opportunity to try and get the fastest lap.
To use your overtake button. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 8.4 seconds.
Really am all over the place. No, I wouldn't be able to. I won't be able to box and get Ocon. I wouldn't have the pace. I wouldn't be able to set the fastest lap on the hard tyre. I'd need to go to the soft.
and the soft doesn't last long enough to be able to box and then get back round to lock on again without the tyre just dying. Yeah, I'll box on 50. Just for a bit of fun. And then I won't get it and I'll feel like I'm an idiot. In the way points are worked out to sign overseas players, how do you mean, AD? No, I know League 1 and 2 aren't restricted. It's a self-imposed ban. We don't do it because it's... We don't do it because it's what happens in real life. We do it because we're trying to... be realistic in the terms that it's highly unlikely that sides ever sign from abroad in those leagues. They're allowed to. We just don't. Maggots and Beckett's is better than Suzuka Sector 1, although it is close. I'd say Maggots and Beckett's is... yeah. Maggots and Beckett's is like the best sequence of corners on the calendar, whereas Sector 1 Japan is probably the best whole sector of the track on the calendar.
The car behind's gaining on you by 5/10 a lap.
And Portimao's the best whole track. Although Portimao is obviously not on the calendar anymore in real life, but it is for us. That's the plan, Daniel. Whether we actually pull it off or not, I don't know. Ocon's doing to me what I did to him at the minute, and just slowly but surely reeling me in. You're right, it's not very illicit with having injuries, Ollie, but the game just genuinely is broken when it comes to AI lineups. Like, it will at times field 8 players that shouldn't be playing. It's just too much. It's too broken to allow it to not. No, Joe won't get me in the pits. Come out, Tim. Only costs about 20 to 21 seconds here for a pit stop. Yeah, unless it's a dodgy pit stop, I guess, yeah. Ads makes a good point as well.
Lost some time to the car behind.
Shut up.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 12.3 seconds.
Lap times are getting slightly quicker again as the fuel burns off. Just did a 29.9. What is the fastest lap? It's like a 28 something, right? Before the Ferrari just go and set another fastest lap now. Just to run the point home. No, neither of them did. I was really slow on throttle pickup there. I was too busy looking at the mini-map. Must be 2 or 3 tenths or more. Fastest lap overall, please.
Fastest lap at the moment, 1:28.5.
I think we probably could get fastest lap. We boxed on lap 49 or 50-ish.
Okay, you're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Let's keep pushing. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 13.4 seconds.
So close, that's another fastest lap. 28.5. Good. So they're still, the Ferraris are still getting quicker. Even at this late stage. We've really not paid much attention throughout the course of this stint, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, and obviously there might well not have been many highlights for 10 plus laps or so. Just been reading and chatting to the live chat on Twitch. We've not really been under any threat of catching Max, and under no real threat of being caught by Esteban either. We closed the gap, but we've held it at 3.4. The 29.8 for me is close to my fastest lap. I will box, I think, on lap 49, and we'll try and go for a fastest lap attempt on a fresh set of softs. I'll just double check I've got those softs before I fully commit to that idea, but let me get through sector 1 first. It says this makes a mistake. Come on then, Esteban, close that gap, mate. There you go, 3.3 to 3.1. Wait till they get on the way up towards the hairpin. And let's have a look. Oi, do we have that fresh set of softs? Yes! Make another mistake to another piece of camera, and then Esteban closes me into 2.8. That's effectively what I've been doing, except I've just been talking to chat whilst doing it rather than talking to you guys on YouTube. 2.7 to Esteban now, 27 seconds to Zhou Guanyu. So there's no chance of us dropping out of the points entirely. When we pit next lap, we will still be in 10th, and by a few seconds as well. There's a yellow flag behind.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 0.3 seconds.
I think it's too late for the timing of that. Nothing, literally nothing's happened in that regard all race. I think it's too late for a safety car. It's the Alpine of Nico Hulkenberg here, I think, dropping it. No? Or is it a Williams? No, I think it's going to be... Oh, wow. Yeah, Gasly's gotten that completely wrong. I've not seen a driver do that before. Seen them spin at Degner 2. Degner? Yeah, Degner 2. And pirouette under the bridge. But to go... To just go... Has he still got his old front wing? He's got a new front wing on and everything. I think he's trying to let the Ferrari through, actually. He's just done it very, very badly indeed. He's trying to let the Ferrari lap him. And by doing so, it's just gone completely wide at Degner 1. And then bottled it. So that won't be a safety car. It's just going to be...
Just follow the safety car.
Oh my god!
Follow the safety car. Safety car, safety car. No overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number
In we come.
as we form up. Okay,
Oh, piss off. Literally, we are going to...
Okay, just follow
We're gonna
the
box.
safety
We're
car.
gonna box.
Don't
We're gonna
worry
box.
about
We're gonna
the
box.
target now. Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Okay, forget the targets for now. We've got to focus on the pit stop. Okay, go, go, go.
Okay.
Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice
This
stop
just took a
time.
turn.
Happy with that one.
We've just grinded for 30 laps, and now there's a chance of something different. Potentially. I need to look after these tyres as best as I can. And hopefully we'll be able to get... Hopefully we'll be able to... Oh, yeah. Okay. Hopefully we'll be able to get... Hello, safety car.
Okay, overtake the safety car.
Hopefully we'll be able to get P9 again. And do it on the soft tyre. I don't think I'll get fastest lap now. Because the Ferrari will have the chance to maybe box themselves, which they've not taken. I don't think anyone's taken the opportunity to box other than myself. But I think I was the only one really that had a even remotely close to free stop. Because of the gaps. It's going to have to be a very slow safety car period to allow everyone to catch up. I don't even know whether we'll catch up in time. The safety car will have to release everyone by the end of lap 50, by the end of lap 51 at least. So there's 2 laps worth of racing. That's how the game works. So we need to catch everyone first. We might not get the chance to utilise this soft set at all. We might still end up with the attempts for fastest lap and still finish P10. Safety car's come round the hairpin already. It won't be in this lap though. We'll have to do another lap after it's picked up the leader. I think. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Try my best to look after these tyres. Still at 0% all round. Even Max and Yuki haven't caught the safety car yet. Come on, tyres. Don't wear too much, please. Please don't wear too much. It's tough at the minute because I don't want to wear the tyres too much, but equally I don't want the safety car to come in without me having caught the train. One more lap for the safety car, and I'm only halfway through this lap. I don't know if I'm going to catch it, you know. I think the safety car comes in before we catch it, maybe. Verstappen has now caught it. So now we find out if we stand a chance of catching it before the end of the lap. Safety car will be in at the end of this lap. So I think now basically I just push as if we were at racing speed. Tyres are 5% more on the front left. I've got to catch the kid. Come back here! We should be fine. We should catch. It will probably pelt it on the straight down to 130R though. It might be close. There'll be no DRS either, so it'll be solely down to battery and tyre wear. Here is the queue.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety
Oh,
car
Albon.
is in this lap.
Alright, Alex Albon's retired. Behind the safety car, Alex Albon has retired.
Safety car in this lap.
Oh, there's going to be lapped cars to get out of the way and all sorts. This is going to get
Okay, clear.
absolutely calamitous,
Information
probably.
on Albon for you. Okay,
I don't need information on Albon. I saw his car destroy itself. Gasly's going to try and get out of the way. Here we go. Green flag racing. I'm going to go for the gap in the middle. That's P9. That's Max. What are you doing? He's just turned straight back to the racing line. What a moron! Teo, mate. Come on, pal. Wake up, son. Bloody hell. Oh no, it was Hulkenberg and he's done it again. Jesus Christ. He lets Max past. And then just swings straight for the racing line again. What a moron. Oh, Ollie Behrman nearly took his teammate out there. As Carlos Sainz is trying to let people through. Move, lads! Jesus Christ, Carlos. Well, this just got crazy, didn't it? I told you it would be calamitous. Turned out it was. I think that's all the laps cars gone. Now then, have these soft tyres got enough in them to help us earn more than a P9? I hope so. Might try and get Max into the chicane. Hello, Max. Just relying on my soft tyres, don't mind me. P8. Well, the safety car has earned us a single position and 2 extra World Championship points if it ends as is. Oh my god, DRS is enabled, but it's the last lap. So no one will have the opportunity to use DRS, apart from the last 20 metres of the race. Can we get Yuki Tsunoda? 1.4 seconds, 1.5 seconds to gap. But we have brand new, fresh, or not brand new, but considerably fresher soft tyres compared to the wear on those hards. 1.2 seconds to gap. Absolutely balked Degner 2. I'm going to be fighting to keep Max behind more so than trying to catch Yuki here, I think. Might just try and push and go, well, I'm not going to get the fastest lap, am I? Not with the way that I took that second Degner. Regardless, we have earned an extra position. So, we'll take it. Thank you, Pierre Gasly, for absolutely ruining your entire Grand Prix on the first lap. Because that cost us anything more than this potential P8. And then just completely killing any chance anyone had of making any other overtakes, really. Because he couldn't figure out how to take a corner and let someone past. Charles Leclerc got the victory. We come home in P8, which is by far our best result in Japan in this save. If we hadn't got stuck behind Gasly, behind Ocon, at the beginning of the race, we could well have finished higher than 8th as well, but...
Well, that was certainly an
I got fastest lap at the end! Way! I did get it! By a couple of tenths. No, by half a tenth. Mine was a 28.520. Charles was a 28.557. By 37 milliseconds, we got an extra point. We got 5 rather than just the 2 that we were going to get had the safety car not come out. Well, it's kind of screw you, Pierre, for ruining our race at the beginning, but then thank you, Pierre, for getting us everything at the end. We probably could have had a top 5 if it weren't for Pierre Gasly at the beginning, but we would have had a top 9 only if it weren't for Pierre Gasly at the end. So, swings and roundabouts. 48% are recognition to George right now. If we can get that to 50, more unlocks become available with the R&D. I do think I have maybe enough resource points to do something on the car between now and the next Grand Prix in China. At least to put it on, or to set it in motion. It won't be finished before China. There might be an upgrade on its way, though, before China that we've previously done. There are perhaps a couple. The tyres are getting done, the floor under tray and the engine cover. We got extra resource points for an ERS fault that I didn't realise we'd had in that Grand Prix. Tyre analytics data passes, resource points added here as a weekly income.
floor passes, engine cover
Okay,
passes.
I know we were expecting some new developments.
So
to come
900
through,
resource
but I'm
points.
afraid to say that some of them have failed quality control.
What can we do?
We're going to need to tell the team what to redevelop.
Oh,
via
that's
the RV
failed.
screen.
The Halo failed. What is that going to cost? 258. I can't afford to do both, but I'll do the side pod profile first. That will be done before we get to Miami, and then we'll definitely be able to do that after practice. The chassis is upgraded as far as it'll possibly go. The powertrain is upgraded as far as it'll possibly go. The durability is upgraded as far as it'll possibly go without me being able to get 60% recognition. Once we get 50%, I can do one more on the front downforce and one more on the rear downforce as well once that Halo bit has passed. So there's more to be done on the aero side, but the car is peaking at the moment, but he's getting itself closer to those in front. Charles has pulled away at the front of the field. I think Ferrari are going to get the constructors again, don't you? But hopefully Ferrari take enough points off each other as progression goes through the season that maybe there's the chance of a Drivers' Championship this season. We'll aim for the win in China, as we always do. We've had a win and 2 P2s, I think, at China thus far in this save. There's the sprint at China now, which has rain at the end of it. And the main Grand Prix has rain at the end of it. Main Grand Prix basically mirrors the sprint at the top with 79% at the end after a 15% cloudy bit. So what did we do in China in previous years? I'm sure it was P1 the first season. It was. And then P2 and P2. P2 and P5 last season. But then a P2 in Miami and a win in Imola. All right. There might be some good points for us coming up in the next couple of races. I certainly hope so. It's P6 for us currently in the driver's standings. Locked on points with Lance Stroll. Only 4 behind Lando. 13 behind my teammate. But we know that China is a good track for us. We know that China is a considerably good track for us. But whether it's a good enough track for us to stand a chance of keeping tabs on those Ferrari, we shall wait and see. But for now, happy enough with that P8 in Japan. It's absolutely the best result we've had all save long there. We know we've made the right decision with the setup so that if we have a car capable of doing something, it will do something at Japan moving forward. I don't think we do a Season 5 in this save, but you never know. We'll wait and see. But for Season 4, that is definitely going to continue. It will be a Sprint Grand Prix in China next time out. Do join me for it. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more. And I will see you in that next Grand Prix weekend. Toodaloo. Well. That's intriguing. Prediction. We didn't finish P6 or higher. Joker, thank you for the follow. And Lucas, welcome to the channel as well. Thank you both for following in the last few minutes. There you go, lads. You take them. Right, I'm going to go and have a quick toilet break. Actually, let's get a thumbnail for that first. And let me rename that file. F1 S4 for Japan. And I can upload that to the Dropbox. Speaking of, Chris has kindly uploaded Bahrain to the Dropbox, so we can download that and get it uploaded to the channel in anticipation of the thumbnail arriving, hopefully at some point early this week. From Japan to Bradford, said no one ever. Yeah, literally. That was the most evenly matched with pace we've been with anyone for forever, isn't it? With Ocon in that Grand Prix. That was crazy. We basically spent 40 of the 53 laps just locked in a 10th lap out of you and a 10th lap back to me battle with Esteban Ocon for the whole of that Grand Prix. Here goes Gasly's end plate. Study guy, thank you for the follow, mate. Whoop. Lose your back end, Ches. Don't do that, mate. You're going wrong way, Ches Noid. Where you going? Oh, he's gone for the lunge up the inside and he's made it stick. What a move from the Mercedes. Oh, Christ. Jude wasn't happy about that, was he? Christ. Still don't know what Nico's doing there. It's nutty. Get a few. My car is so dirty from all I tripped through the gravel. That's nuts. Yeah, that definitely is all on me. Right, I tell you what, I'm going to go offline for 10 minutes and go and have some lunch quickly with Nat and Jude, and then I will come back, restart the stream to split the YouTube VODs, and we will be live with the realistic RTG in about 10 to 15 minutes, if that sounds okay with you. So feel free to go and grab a drink and a snack of your own. I will be back live in a few minutes' time. Appreciate your patience in waiting, and